Are you ready to get firm and toned and shape those muscles and burn calories at the same time? And this is going to be the class for you. That's right. We're going to be doing working with some weights and some TheraBands, some stretch bands today. So we're going to start off working the upper body. And we're going to begin just warming up with a little bit of a active warm-up with some exercise and calisthenics. Then we're going to go right into our strength training and body conditioning class here. So let's begin with the legs apart. And we're just going to bring the arms out to the side. That's it. And we're just going to kind of move right and left with our upper body. So we're kind of moving the shoulders and moving from the waist up. Just side to side. There you go. Right and left and reaching. Find your space wherever it is. You don't need a lot of space there at home or wherever you're at. Perfect. Bring the arms up and then we're just going to bring them down. We're just going to warm it up. There you go. And lower it down. And again, warm it up the arms. Nice. And let's just take the arms and we're going to cross them and we're going to be as if we're hugging ourselves. That's right. We're bringing the hands back as far as we can. So we're getting those muscles, I say, body ready for that strength training exercise that we're going to do next. And again, cross it over in front of you, in front of your chest, and then back out. Let's just take it over to the right, stretching. We're going to take that arm and we're going to circle it around. Your left arm, circling it around, loosening it up, getting the muscles warmed up, the blood circulated. There you go. And take it over to the left side. So again, just warm it up here. That's it. Okay, bring it out and around. Now, let's just try this with just a bending and then straightening. So we're just going to stay centered, bend your knees as much as you can, keeping that posture. We want to remember that. Back straight, stomach pulled in, shoulders down, and then kind of go off to the left side. So it's bend and right, just bending and straightening the legs. There you go. Bending and straightening, warming up these muscles as much as we can. Nice. Now let's just bend and straighten. If you'd like, you can bring your arms out to the side. Feet are apart, so they're kind of like a little bit out from your shoulders or close in line. So we're going to do a squat here without weights, and we're just going to bend, and then we're going to straighten. So we do want to keep our heels down on the ground, and we want to try not to lean forward, but to stay straight up and then up. And bend. We're just going to work those quadricep muscles a little bit, the thighs. There you go. And our glutes, gluteus maximus working. And straighten up. And again, bend and straighten and bend and straighten. And again, there you go. So now when we're doing the body sculpting strength training, we're going to stick with about 8 to 12 reps right in there of everything that we're doing. There you go. Alrighty, let's just shake the legs out. Just shake them out, and we're gonna get ready now. So we're gonna start off, we'll start off with the bands. If you don't have a band at home, I mean, they're pretty easy to get, but if you don't have one of these stretch bands, TheraBands I call them, resistant bands, then maybe whatever you think you have at home you could use. A towel's fine, but you do want that resistance. This is like kind of like a resistance, stretching and strengthening that we're gonna do. So you're gonna take a band and you have your hands here. This one's a pretty long one, but we're gonna bring the legs apart and we're just gonna start more with stretching with the band. So we're gonna start here, we're gonna bring it up and up over the head, very nice. And then we're gonna stretch forward all the way down to the ground as far as you can. If you do have any lower back issues, slightly bend your knees, and again, just bend as much as you can. I know we're all at different levels or stages with our exercise. So this is geared for beginners, of course, starting out. There you go. And if you've been exercising too, just keeping in shape, stretch it up. So what you do is we're gonna pull, we're gonna outward. There you go. And then relax. And again, stretch the bands as far as you can and back in. And again, stretch it out as far as you can. Now on this, we're just gonna twist, 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 right and left. So if you do get one of these bands, they're pretty easy to get a hold of. You don't want one too long, but actually, like pretty much like this one's good because you can also use it. I'll show you after we'll be doing it where we can use it for our lower body too. So that's it. Okay, let's take it up and down, and then we're gonna twist the whole time, pulling out. There you go, stretching outward and down and right and left and up and down and right and left. Very nice. So now let's take the band and we're gonna bring it up. What we're gonna try to do, if you're able to, we're gonna kind of bring it in back of the shoulders and then bring it back up. So it's just gonna go behind the neck if you're able to. This gives us a little bit more flexibility and looseness in the upper body. There you go, lower it down. Pulling out and lower down behind the shoulders and up and lower down. So today we're just focusing on this component, this element of total balanced fitness, which is strengthening exercise. That's right, 'cause there's three. There's strengthening, stretching, and aerobics. The three elements, so they're the three that we should always be doing in our workouts. So today, again, we're just focusing on the strengthening with a little bit of stretch that we're doing. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull back. So you're gonna pull back and bring your right foot, you're up on your heel, your toes up, and you're gonna reach with the band and stretch. So this also is kind of working and actually testing your balance. So if you don't feel comfortable with leaning so far forward, that's okay. Just stretch the best you can. Otherwise, we're gonna reach out to that foot if you can. You can even bring it behind on the upper part of your foot and pull back. So that's more, again, like a stretching, strengthening. And then bring the band to your hands right to the end and push the foot down. There you go. So you're gonna take the band, hold it as far at the end as you can, and we're gonna do a couple of some bicep curls. So let's try that. So we're gonna lift up. This is the biceps that we're working right in through here in your arms. It's for firming, toning, and strengthening. That's right. Sometimes too, as you know, as we do age, we do lose quite a bit of muscle mass. So that means we do have to work a little harder, and we have to really keep our strength as much as we can. And I tell my students, I have students from all ages up to 98 years old. And I always say it doesn't matter what age you are. You can always keep your strength if you work on it, and you can always get stronger. You really can. So you lift the weights up and down the band. That's it. We do the same thing with weights too. So it's just an up. See, there's a lot of resistance. With the bands, you'll get more resistance than you would with the dumbbells. So again, it's here. You keep the form. That's it. Okay, let's go to the other leg. So we're going to kind of take the band again, reaching out, bending as much as you can. There you go. You got that leg bent. Your left leg's out, up on the heel. You can feel that stretch a little bit through your Achilles tendon, through the back of your calf. Bring that band up to the top part of your foot. Push it up. There you go. And lower it down. And with that band, get to the end of it. On this, you do need a longer band. Up and down. 2. Straight, there you go. Just working those muscles, just our bicep muscles. Up and down and up. Again, do the best that you can. You may be not able to do as many, and that's okay. You can always stop and start again too. There you go. And working those bicep muscles, straight up and down, and bring the band up. You got it. And down and up and down. I lost count, but that's okay. I think that was a good start. So very nice. We're gonna go ahead and just put our band down. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work with the dumbbells. Of course, I like to call them smart bells because we are super smart, knowing that we need to do this exercise, that it's so good for our body. So these weights, you can go with 1 or 2 pounds, or some of you may be able to do even heavier, but you can purchase these. They're easy to get. Or you can substitute. If you don't have the dumbbells, you can go ahead and use a water bottle. You know, be creative. Some canned foods. You can use cans, so you can improvise for sure. So let's start with the legs apart, everybody, and we're gonna bring the weights down in front of us. So right now, we're gonna be working the deltoid muscles, strengthening our shoulders. We're gonna start down here. Again, form is so important. And when we're lifting, we wanna make sure to have that really good posture too. That's it. So we're lifting, keeping the back as straight as you can. So usually the breathing on the strength training is where we blow out on the exertion, on the movement. Blow out through your mouth and breathe in through your nose on the resting part. So that's really useful if you want to get in those extra reps. If you're going a little bit heavier and you want to challenge yourself so you can kind of get those last reps in. And that breathing's so important with that. So you blow out. We keep the elbows slightly bent. These are shoulder raises, straight up and down. That's it, alternating arms, strengthening, firming, toning. Believe it or not, strength training, you're burning a lot of calories. You may just think you have to do aerobic exercise to burn calories, but that's not true. Also, strength training is burning calories, so really good. Up and lower, and lift, and lower. Okay, everybody, now we're gonna take it to the side. You can have your legs apart or you can put your feet close in together, whichever is more comfortable for you. All right, again, standing tall, stomachs pulled in, shoulders down. Here we go. We're gonna lift and lower. Blow out and breathe in. Again, I always suggest going with a lighter weight if you're just starting. Also, if you're elderly too, you don't want to go too heavy, start light. I know I have a lot of students that started with 1 pound, now they're on 2 and 3 pounds, which is really, really good. Up and down, great improvement. And blow out and breathe in. And blow out and breathe in. Very nice. This doesn't take a lot of space. You can do it most anywhere. Of course, you need the dumbbells, or you need the cans or whatever you're using, improvising water bottles. Good. And again. And here we go. I got to start counting. Okay. Very nice. All right. Now the next exercise, we're going to go back to biceps. I know we just did some with the bands. So take the weights. Again, legs apart. We're going to take the right arm, alternating arms. Left. There you go. And right. And lower. And left, keeping those elbows in close, right to your body. Again, we don't want to fling, throw the weight. You want a controlled, smooth motion. And down, straight up and down. Now, let's try both together. Here we go. Blow out, breathe in. Blow out, breathe in. Blow out, breathe in. 8 to 12 reps. Right in there. You can go up to 12 to 15. That's fine too. We'll stay in that range of repetitions. Here we go. Let's alternate. Right. Now, actually on this one, let's go and turn the weight this long way. Alrighty, this way, because that works the muscles in a little bit of a different movement, different direction. Right and left. Blow out, breathe in. That's it. Straight up and down, everybody. And you can really feel, you want to concentrate when you're working different muscles, different body parts. You want to stay focused as much as you can on that muscles or that body part that you're working. Stay focused on it. There you go. Right. You got it. You're doing a great job. Let's do it. There you go. Right and left. Very nice. Okay. We're going to go on to the working. We just worked the deltoid muscles and our biceps. So let's go into working our pectoral muscles, okay? And a lot of these exercises that we're doing right now, standing, If you're not able to do them standing, you can also do them seated or on a bench or maybe equipment that you can lie down with. But mostly you can do these if you're not able, again, to be standing or to be mobile. You can do it seated. So we're going to bring them in front of the chest. The elbows are out, kind of parallel out, and we're going to open and bring them back in. So again, blow out, breathe in, blow out, keeping those elbows slightly bent, and out. And I always suggest starting out with doing the strength training maybe 2 or 3 times a week is really good. Incorporating it in with your aerobic exercise and your stretching. Like I said, they're the 3 components of fitness. Really important to be doing all 3. You've got it. And elbows are slightly bent and back in. Elbows, there you go. In, blow out, breathe in. So this is a fly exercise. Call it dumbbell fly exercise. So this one in particular you can do even lying down. So we won't do that today, but I'm demonstrating all this, or we're doing all this in class standing. All right, great job. So let's go ahead and move on to the triceps, okay? So we're gonna start off using one weight, so you can put your other weight down, and we're gonna take that right arm up. So the triceps are the longest muscles in your arm through here. Sometimes we get loose skin, so we wanna firm and tone that area. That's right. So our upper body, as far as the upper body to the lower body, sometimes we'll lose our strength quicker in general in our upper body than we do our lower bodies. We really want to keep those muscles strong. Any added exercise like carrying groceries or lifting things, doing it properly, of course, and bending the correct way, that's also really great for strengthening these muscles. So this is the tricep. So you want the elbow to face up to the ceiling if you can. You just take the weight here and you just go straight up and lower down, and keeping the back really straight, really good posture, and up and down and up and down. Good. Up. All righty, let's take the other arm. Now we'll count those reps. Here we go. Lower 1. Up. You want that elbow. If you need to, you can take your hand and kind of keep that arm just like that, so you keep it in place. There you go. Elbow up as much as you can. I want to remind everybody, if you're not able to do as many reps, or actually as many sets, that's fine. There you go. Good. So usually with the upper body, we'll do maybe around 2 or 3 sets. You don't need to do too many. And then you're doing all the different exercises, working all the different body parts and different muscles. Now let's do another tricep one. So our legs are apart. We're gonna bring the weight up over our head with both hands. That's it. Again, keeping that back as straight as you can. We're gonna lower, behind, and then straight up. And again, we're trying to keep those elbows, everybody, up to the ceiling and up and down and up and lower and up, keeping those elbows straight up, close to your head, as high up as you can. You got it. Keep it going, doing the best you can, lowering and up and lowering and up. Very nice. So the next exercise, strength training exercise we want to do is we're going to try to get more the shoulders again, but also your lateral muscles, your upper back in motion. So we're going to take each weight, and what we're going to do is we're going to bend a little forward. If you're able to, keep your knees bent. So you're going to start with the weights. Just let the weights hang down in front of you this way. And what you're going to do is, so again, you want to keep that back. So your back is like this. You could see, kind of flat at an angle. And we're going to lift both weights. We're going to go up and lower. Underneath, yes, the armpits. There you go. Up right to here, and lower. So I don't want you moving up and down. You want to keep your back still, and all the movement is all in your arms, okay? Up and lower. Up and lower, everybody. Up and lower. And up. That's right. We're here in the summertime now, so I know we want to get out on the beach or get out to the pool. So we're looking pretty sharp, pretty firm and toned in our bathing suits. So this is a great time to start all these workouts. They can be done indoors or out. And lower. Keep going. Up and lower. And up and lower. And up and lower. That's it. Even if you have limited equipment, because we're not working with much today, you can still get the benefits just using the dumbbells. All right, so let's do a few for the lower body. All right, we're going to start the legs apart, and we're going to do just some basic squats, okay? If you've got the balance, you're able to do it, you're going to just hold the weights here in front of your shoulders. All you're going to do is holding them while you're bending both legs at the same time. So we're going to lower 1, and then you're going to come up, and 2. There you go. And 3. So this is working all through your quads. You really feel your glutes. That's it. And your quads. All here through the tops of your thighs. You can feel those muscles working. And again, squat and up and squat and up. So we're doing this full body strength training, body sculpturing class here today. And lower and up. So on this we should do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. But if you're only able to do a few, whatever you can do, you can always stop and start again. If you're able to do all those reps, that's fantastic. We don't want to go too fast. Keeping a rhythm. Lower and up and lower. You got it. And up. Very nice. So you'll feel those muscles, and every time that you straighten. So when you're bending, right, you have a slight forwardness. Very slight. But every time, then when you straighten, you want to squeeze and tighten. Tighten your seat. Yes, that's it. Okay, so let's try this now. Let's try some lunges. So we can keep the arms down here by our side, or I prefer keeping my weights here, but you can do it either way. So we're going to step forward. This one really helps, enhances your balance too. So let's see how it goes. All right, we're going to step forward. All right, we'll start back a little. We're going to step forward, and it's going to be a little bit of a lunge, and then we're going to come back. So if you feel that you balance better with your legs a little more apart, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's try that. Here we go. We're going to go lunge 1 and back. Switching legs. 2 and back. There you go. And right and back. I'm getting my balance, trying to get my balance too. If you get a little off balance, that's perfectly fine. And forward. So again, every time we're working these muscles, we're getting that muscle memory going. So our muscles will remember the exercise each time. Forward. There you go. Take a lunge and back. So this again, this is working the hips, the glutes, your bottom, and your quadricep muscles. All the top, you can feel it all through here of your thighs. And of course, burning calories. There you go. And it always feels so good to feel strong. And lower. That's it. So, if you have knee issues or any problems and you're having trouble doing a lunge or even a squat, we can improvise. So, for instance, you could have even just stepped a little forward and bent. So again, it's modifying too. No problem with doing that. So that's fantastic. We did upper body and we did our lower body. So we're gonna do one more exercise with our weights to finish up. So we're gonna kind of go in a slight little lunge, everybody. And you put your left hand here, right arm here. This is a tricep kickback. So let's try this. We're gonna go back and in. Keep the elbow, see where the elbow is? Right along the side of your waist, of your body. So it goes straight out and in. So you know when you're doing these exercises correctly because you feel the muscles working. I always say you want the muscles to be talking to you in a friendly manner, not screaming and yelling. So you know you're working them. Here we go. Let's get a couple more reps in, our 8 to 12. It goes straight back. You want to bring it straight back and in and out and in. And this really firms and tones the tricep muscles. I feel it. I'm sure you feel it. Let's take it to the other side. Just a little lunge is another exercise you can do seated or with a bench or a little bit of a longer chair. You put one hand here resting on the top, the lower part of the thigh. Take your left arm, it goes out and in. The elbow stays in, nice. In and back and in. You squeeze and tighten. And what's so great about this is you can really concentrate on just the muscles that you're working. That's it. Out. Getting a stronger, healthier body. I think all this too makes you feel good. Really builds up your confidence, gives you more energy. Just a little quick healthy tip. Remember to drink before, during, and after you exercise. H2O. Water is one of the best choices. There are others, but staying hydrated, especially that we're into the summertime, warmer weather. You got it. All righty. Great job. Just to finish up, a couple more bicep curls. Actually, let's take it out to the side. In. I'm feeling stronger. I hope you are too. There you go. Back in. Great job with this strength training, body sculpting class. Keep moving. Have a great day. Join me again. Be healthy and happy, everybody.